up, boys? Welcome back to the Turbo John YouTube channel. I'm Turbo John, working on the race car. I've been working on it now for probably about 3 hours, I would say. I am not a body guy. You see all this dust, all this fiberglass? Not a fan at all. But we had to get it done. Everybody's been complaining. We got a 4-eye car. We got 2 headlights. I agreed. It looked terrible. It looked bad. But that's what we had for the time being. So now I finally figured out how I'm going to do it. Let me show you what we got done. I'm going to show you what headlights we're going to put in it also. These things look amazing. They're going to look pretty cool, I think, when we get completely done with it. Let me show you what we got going on. Also notice the back wheels are off. Notice when we were at the track a couple days ago that the back end, the wishbone was kind of loose, and we have worn out the heim joint in the wishbone. And when I say wore it out, I mean it's pretty sloppy. So what happens when you have all that weight in the back? I mean, it's not really designed. I mean, the car is preventing a lot of weight from moving around back there. So we're also going to put a better heim joint in it. It did not have one of the most high end ones in it. So I went ahead and ordered a good one. So that's on the way. So hopefully we'll have that in a couple days. But let me show you what we got going on the front end. We're actually going to be a 4-eye car. Everybody's going to be excited. I'm going to be excited. And those floodlights I had for the front, they didn't work worth a crap for actually being able to see. So hopefully these are going to be a little bit better for me. Check it out. Comment, like, and subscribe. If y'all want to support the channel, go to turbojohnracing.com. Grab yourself some hats and t-shirts. God, I'm missing my hat today. Notice it. Oh, God, that's why I got a hat on all the time, boys. All right, guys. So like I said, y'all have missed most of the fun parts. I didn't even know if I was going to do a video or not. But then I decided I probably would. Man, look at that. Would you look at it? I hope that I have them at the right angle. But man, that is, wow, son. Oh my goodness. That's going to look really good. Let me show you what we ended up doing. So I've had these headlights. These are actually the headlights I bought when we first got this thing. When we first got the front end and I decided I wanted to go 4-eye, I got some good headlights. I got these off of Amazon. I'm going to put a link in down in the description. I'll put an Amazon link down there where I got them and what they are. Technically, they're kind of reversed. These are supposed to be the low beam, and they've actually got markers on the inside. See, they're a little bit smaller, but these are a little bit different thickness. But the problem is we didn't know the headlights when we put this radiator in that was going to work. So I'm having to reverse them. So the high beams, these are the ones I'm going to be using all the time. It just is what it is. So we're going to have these on, and then we'll take and, yeah, I mean, this is what we got to do. Maybe at some point if we move the radiator, then we can reverse them. But I'm gonna power them up here in a second. I'm going to show you actually what they look like. They actually are pretty bright. Also, what I ended up doing, so let me pop one of them out. And I see I've got a nice, pretty tight fit. I'm probably just going to panel bond these things in. They don't have a great big lip on them, but there's enough of a lip to where I think I can panel bond it. And what I'll do is I'll put a ring of panel bond and then put it there and then put some on the back. I did buy from, I think it was CJ Pony Parts. I bought some headliner retainer rings, and it's got 2 bolts and then 2 bolts. The problem is I don't think I've got these exactly perfect in here, and so it's kind of not going to work. But I think it might work. I might end up doing that instead of paint on bond. It might be okay. Paint on black, and then that way they're not chrome, because I definitely ain't going to deal with the chrome. But you notice how good we got this. So you notice it took a little while. Ow, that hurt. Fiberglass in the fingers. That's going to itch. But we got this cut out. But what I did is I told Kelly, I measured this. I was trying to make me a template out of a piece of cardboard. And it just was not working. And so Kelly has a 3D printer. And so I got some measurements on this one, on this particular one here. And measured it so that it would go right down on. Let me show you what she got her to make. So she got a 3D printer. She knows how to do stuff. It took her a few minutes to whip it out. But bam, we have a template. I cut the corners off there. It was just a square corner. Look, she can put Turbo John Racing on it. Look. Isn't that pretty cool? So what I did is basically this fits perfect on the back of the light. So now I have me a template. And so once I use my permanent marker. I got this template on there, and I marked it, and of course it fits perfect on the light, but you always want to start small, and then you have to gradually go up, because I didn't want it to flop around in there. So if y'all need any of these, I guess we could put them on our website. I mean, I don't know how many we would sell, but it's a 4x6 template for this particular headlight. It might work for all headlights, I don't know, but it's about 125 thousandths thick. Just a nice little template instead of having cardboard. I'll get her to put that up on the website, because that actually, somebody could use that if you have a 4i. I might get with Single Source Composites too, and maybe send him some, or get his guys to, when they order this front end, they can get that template. Because that definitely made it a lot easier than guessing at what to do. And that's for those headlights. And these headlights, man, are going to look jam up, I think. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about the headlights? It's got a regular plug here, so we'll just put those on and see. I mean, they fit nice and snug. I got it nice, tight fit. God, I hope they're at the right angle. If they're not, if they're a little bit off, I think it'll be okay. But now we got 4i to the front. I'm very, very happy with that. I'll put the link to these if y'all are interested, if y'all want them. I'm gonna show you real fast. Let me get them powered up real quick, and I'm gonna try to get most of the dust off of it, and then I'll show you what they look like. Turn them on. Hang on. All right, boys. So here is technically the high beam, but it's going to be my low beam, and it has, man, it's pretty doggone bright. Woo! So it is super bright. It's just round headlight, but it is actually a headlight. So it actually has like a pattern. It has a pattern. Man, I've already scratched those things up, wiping them down with my body dust, but it's okay. So that looks pretty good. Let me put the other one on. Now, I don't have the ability to run both of these because I've only got one plug. So I'll show you what this other one looks like real fast. It should be a little less bright. Kind of digging it. I mean, the square, I kind of like the square, but the square headlights that just have all the, I don't know that I like those. Let's see what the inside one looks like. If the inside one looks a ton better, then we might even have to figure out, what do you think about running the inside instead of the outside? I don't know. Let's look at those. But we might end up having to figure out how to make that clear. Dang, look at there, boys. Now that's got the lights on the outside. Oh, man, I like that. Now that has a really good pattern, too. They're obviously not near as bright as the other ones. But, man, I like those on the outside. I really like those on the outside. Let me play with the... Well, it's got 3 wires. Right now I've only got the red and the black hooked up. Let me see if... I don't know if there's any yellow in it or not. Man, I like that. I really like those outsides. You might be able to... It might be one of the things that you could... Man, that looks a lot better. Okay, let's... I wonder if I can trim the heat sink down. Maybe I can trim the heat sink down to get that one so that it's not quite so big. Okay, hear me out. I'm digging these. I think I'm gonna run the inside lights. I know every other Foxbody, I know from the factory, the outside lights are the low beams, but it is impossible without moving this radiator to make that fit. You see how we got barely clearance there? And this one is clearly designed different. The heat sink, I'd have to cut this whole, basically this whole fin off and bring it down to like this level here. That's the level of the other ones, essentially. And that would expose what's in that box. So that's not going to work. Dude, I'm kind of digging this, guys. I am really digging the low beams. Low beams have a much better pattern too, it looks like, which I mean, it's over here on my wall of stuff, so I mean, it's got junk over here, so you can't really see the pattern real good, but just imagine this is pointing more down, and it is also, I mean, I think I like it. I think that's what we're gonna do, guys. Get in the comments, what do you think? Should I run the outside, just the round, or the insides for right now? Because it's gonna, in order to move this, I mean, basically I've got to cut this whole thing apart and slide it down and up. I just don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze on that, guys. Because I'm digging this. The only time we really I mean, I run the lights. Well, sometimes, it depends on where we're at. If we're at a well-lit track, I'll unhook the front anyway and then just have the tail lights on. So it just depends on where we're at, what we're doing. Because, you know, it depends on the track. If we're going to be out in a place where there's not much light, then I need better lights. Or sometimes driving through the pits, they're good. Maybe I should get Austin maybe I should get them on a separate switch, the fronts from the back. So the fronts come on separately. There is no yellow. The yellow wire just basically does the same thing. It turns them on, makes them look just like this, which is interesting. So, which I imagine that's just a universal plug. So I think we're good. Okay, so now we just got to figure out if we're going to do the panel bond to get these things permanently installed. I just don't know that I'm digging the other stuff. And the panel bond is what Randy and those guys have, holding all the structure support stuff on up here. So clearly the panel bond works pretty good. It'll definitely hold the lights in. The question is can we get them out? I'm digging it, guys. All right, what do y'all think? Get in the comments. Are y'all happy? I'm happy. The only thing that sucks is we might be running with no front end at some of the races. I mean, it just is what it is, especially like dig or die. So I ended up using JB Weld on the outside of these. So I put the little bead on it, and then I used this construction adhesive to wrap it around each side. So these are pretty doggone secure. I wanted to use something that remain kind of flexible and something that was hard. But we'll see how this holds up, guys. I mean, they're bonded in there. Comment, like, and subscribe. Appreciate it, guys.